Hola y bienvenidos amigos. Hello and welcome friends. Steve here, Street Smart Travel, back up on the farm in Tulipe, Ecuador, up in the north, after a 5-week trip to Canada. Very glad to be back, by the way. I released a video in mid-February that was the 8 lessons from, 8 top lessons, I think, from my first 3 years of retirement, something like that. And it's one of the more popular videos I've released, and I thought, well, why don't I go through some of those lessons and unpack them in greater detail to explain how to implement some of that stuff. So today will be about lesson number 1, prioritize fun, or as Viv said in Spinal Tap, have a good time all the time, and a little bit of lesson 8 as well, having a social outlet in retirement. Now I'm up here at the Mirador, the lookout point, viewpoint, whatever you want to call it. Not a great day, pretty windy, using this guy to try and shield my phone from the wind, trying to stay out of the rain. So not a great day to be up here, but I thought, I'll come up here because this is one of the things I do for fun as often as I can up here on the farm. Just get to a place where it's just me, or today me and the dogs, hanging out up here, no goal, no plans, no anything, just spend some time alone in nature. I love doing that stuff. Right? That may not be your thing, but it's a very simple thing I can do here literally every day, no problem. And it's one of the things that, for me, it's fun, it's enjoyable. I'm gonna come up here, I've got my notebook / windscreen. I can write down some ideas, I can just sit here and look out over the valley. And just relax. Right? This is something that I consciously make time to do as often as I can because it's enjoyable for me. But enough about me, what's enjoyable for you? I was rewatching that video and I thought, what about people that just have lost touch? They've been so busy with work and raising their family and just doing things that they felt they needed to do. Maybe they don't even remember what they enjoy doing, or maybe they forgot how to have fun, right? Perish the thought. If that happens to be you, I've got a couple easy exercises that you can do to come up with some ideas that will give you a chance to explore things. So the first one is take a pen and a piece of paper and just write down a list of things that you enjoyed doing when you were a kid. Think way back. For me, that's a long time ago, and I can remember riding bikes, playing road hockey, because I'm Canadian, music. Loved listening to music, always dreamed of being a musician, and that became a big part of my life. But take the time to make that list. And if you can't remember things you liked to do when you were a kid, ask people who knew you when you were a kid. It could be family members or friends or whatever, or look back over some old photo albums, whatever it is. Oh yeah, I remember, I used to really like doing this thing. Write all those interests down, and there you have one list of things that you used to like doing and for whatever reason are not doing today. Now, if that didn't get you what you needed, if you didn't come up with anything, couldn't think of anything that you did as a kid that you would like to be doing now, start with a clean piece of paper and a pen and start writing down ideas for things that you have an interest in. Grab a coffee or a drink, put on I like using instrumental music, like classical music in the background, and I just let my mind go and write stuff down. Right? Oh, I have an interest in whatever, ancient ruins, or salsa dancing, or pickleball, or bowling, or crosswords, or whatever it is. Come up with a list and just keep writing until you feel like, okay, that's it for now, and revisit that list. Just keep adding to it and let that list grow so you have a lot of stuff to choose from. Then, prioritize. Just pick one item from that list. Yeah, okay, I think I'd really like to learn how to crochet, or maybe I want to teach a class. Share the knowledge that you've gleaned over the course of your lifetime. Whatever it is, pick an interest and then see about finding a way to fulfill that interest. The last video I did from last week was about meetup groups, and specifically how to find meetup groups if you want to indulge a certain interest. So I'll put a link to that and the 8 lessons video in the description so you can revisit them if you want. But come up with that list, things that you're interested in that you would like to spend some time doing. Then you can use Meetup or whatever it is, put out the word to friends, hey, I have an interest in this. Do you know anybody who does this thing? And then from there, meet up with that person or that group and indulge that interest. Sign up for an event, make the time, or a class or whatever it happens to be, make the time to get out and do that thing. And then at the end of it, evaluate, did you enjoy it? What did you enjoy about it? What didn't you enjoy about it? Yeah, I liked the activity, but the people that I was doing it with, not really for me. Or I liked the people, but I didn't like the activity. Maybe they do other things and I can explore other interests. Or you have a friend that does something, goes bowling on Tuesday mornings, whatever it is. Make the time. You have all the time in the world now. When I retired, just from work, in terms of getting time back, at least 50 to 60 hours a week, minimum. And I have no problem filling that with fun things that I enjoy doing. A big part of that is volunteering, and another part of that is just exploring other interests that I have. Some of those are solitary, yoga and meditation. Some of those are more group activities, but I prioritize having fun in my retirement because I've earned it. And so have you. Now, I came up here today, and as I was walking up with the dogs, I thought, wait a minute. This is a perfect analogy for what I want to talk about in this video, in terms of, let's say you already know what you want to do. You have an interest, yeah, I'd really like to do this thing, and you just haven't taken action on it for whatever reason. The dogs are the same thing here on the farm. They have the run of a 60-hectare farm, so about 150 acres. They can go anywhere, anytime, day or night, but they don't. This is the analogous to people in retirement sitting around, oh, I wish I knew people that did this thing and I'd like to be out doing that, but I don't know anybody, so I'm just going to sit here and watch TV. Don't do that. Make the time. Make the connections. The dogs will come up here. As soon as anybody starts walking away from the houses, they'll follow you wherever you go. On the trails, up to the mirador here, the lookout point, whatever it is, they will follow you, but you have to initiate the action. They won't do it on their own. And I think a lot of people in retirement, and not just retirement, but a lot of people in general are like that. If somebody invites them to do something, or they'll, yeah, okay, I'll try that out. And then they find, wow, this is fantastic. I need to spend more time doing this thing. But they won't take the initiative to prioritize themselves and their interests and having a good time. I don't get it. I will never get it. I don't understand why people do that. But as I was walking here with the dogs, it's like, yeah, they would just sit around the house all day, not do anything. But as soon as somebody starts coming up here, basically I invite them informally to come on a walk. They're all about it. We all have a good time, and they're happy to get out with anybody. I think people in retirement are the same. If somebody invites them, they'll go do something, but they just, for whatever reason, won't take the initiative to do that thing. So don't be that person. Take the time to write out those two lists. The first list of things you used to do and enjoy doing when you were a kid. And the second list, things that you have an interest in. And revisit those lists as often as you need. Like, oh yeah, I forgot this thing. Then sit down with those lists and prioritize one item across both those lists. Yeah, I'll pick this thing, this interest, whatever it happens to be. For me, spending time alone in nature, huge. And then figure out a way to make that happen. And if you can work it in with a meetup group or with a sporting league or whatever, a social outlet, so much the better. Because that will inevitably lead to meeting other people who have other interests, like, oh yeah, actually I would like to take a cooking class or an art class or maybe teach a class, whatever it happens to be. Your retirement, make it what you want it to be. Make time to enjoy your retirement, your time, and do things that you love doing. If for no other reason than just because you love doing them. I remember when I was a kid and we would go visit my grandparents, every time we'd walk in, my grandma would be, singing and happy and cooking and doing stuff in the kitchen, and my grandpa would just be sitting there on his lazy boy watching TV, smoking. And every time we went back, to me, they looked older than the last time we'd been there. I'm like, why would you do this? You're retired, you have the time. Why not go out and do things you enjoy doing instead of sitting around waiting for the Grim Reaper? Right? That doesn't sound like fun to me. take the time to make those lists, for sure, and just get in touch with who you are now. What's important to you now? What would you enjoy doing with your time? And then take action on that. Go out, meet people, do those activities, build a social group, and that will lead to more activities, more hobbies, more interests. Think about things that you enjoy doing, make the lists, prioritize an item, and go after it. And if that doesn't work, change the group, change the setting, or change the interest and go after another interest. Lesson number 1, prioritize fun in retirement. And lesson number 8, have a social outlet. And those things can overlap. So I look forward to any comments people have. If you've actually done those things, I'd love to hear how you implemented them and what you're doing to enjoy your retirement more and do things, choose to do things consciously that you enjoy doing and pursue interests. If you've enjoyed this video, please do pass it along to other people that maybe need a little bit of a nudge or a push in retirement to get out and do stuff that they enjoy doing. Look forward to seeing you in the next one. Happy trails. See you out on the road.